Here's a story about the Rebbe Rashab. The Rebbe Rashab. The Rebbe Rashab, Rebbe Shalom Dovber. He passed away in 1920. And he, of course, was a very holy person, and especially the hakafot that they would make on Simchat Torah. Simchat Torah was a tremendously happy day. They would dance. They would dance in the synagogue in tremendous happiness, and the Rebbe would dance with them. There was an old couple that every year, they weren't Chabad, but they were religious Jews, and they lived near to the city of Lubavitch, and every year they would walk from their house to be in Lubavitch to the, it would take them, let's say a walk would be, 2 hours, let's say, a 2 hour walk, 1 hour walk, let's say 1 hour walk. It didn't say in the story. Old people. One year though, and they would go and they would stand. The man would go into the men's section, the woman in the women's section, and the old his wife, and they would watch and they would be happy. Sometimes the men would dance together and they would be happy. This would give them happiness for the whole year. It so happened that one year, a month or so before Sukkot, as the man, he was an older fellow, and he had a heart attack. It wasn't a serious heart attack, but it was serious enough that the doctors told him that he couldn't, excuse me, he couldn't walk to Lubavitch, and certainly could not participate in the happiness. But he really wanted to. So he asked the doctor if he could go there and let's say instead of walking 1 hour, as he would walk 15 minutes and then take a rest for 15 minutes and then walk for another. And the doctor said, yeah, you could do that. And then when he got there, he wouldn't dance. He would just watch. He would watch 5-10 minutes, and then they would, take a rest and walk back. So the doctor said, all right. So that's what they did. They planned it all out. On the way there, they put seats or whatever it is, chairs, and they walked to Lubavitch, and they got there in the time for the happiness, and they were dancing. And was dancing. They were very happy. The woman stood in the women's section, the man in the men's section, and the man stood there. And he had to be very careful because it was a heart attack. A heart attack thing you can't, just take it for granted. Can't be treated lightly. So he was dancing, and they're all singing, and they were dancing, and they were drinking, and dancing, and everyone was happy. And suddenly, the Rebbe pointed to this man, this old man, and he pointed an emotion for the Chassidim to bring him in to dance. He wanted to dance with him. So the woman, his wife, yelled out from the women's section, Rebbe, he can't, he has a heart problem. And the man, he tried to resist, but he started to realize that maybe resisting would also be too much of an exertion. So he sort of went along with it, hoping that the Rebbe would realize what's going on, and the Rebbe would dance and he would just leave him alone, but he didn't. The Rebbe took his hand and everyone was dancing, and the woman was yelling out, Rebbe, it's my husband, please take it. Let him go. He's got a heart condition. And suddenly the man held his heart, and he collapsed. And the woman screamed out from the woman's section, you killed my husband, harget my man. The Hasidim took him out. One of the Hasidim happened to be a doctor. They put him on a table outside of the synagogue. They covered him over so it wouldn't be cold. It was a chilly day, and that it wouldn't be cold. And the doctor checked him up, and the doctor said, nothing I can do. We'll see what happens. So his wife was saying, they were all saying Tehillim Psalms. Meanwhile, his condition didn't get worse, it didn't get better. And the women that were saying Psalms, one by one, they went back into the dancing. The woman was sitting there alone with her husband laying on the table. Suddenly, her husband just opened up her eyes and sat up and said, what happened? What happened? She said, are you okay? He said, yeah, I feel really good. Well, I feel good. I feel great. Let's go back in. And he went back in and he danced, and he was completely healed. The Rebbe totally healed him from his condition with joy. So it shows that if you're connected to the Rebbe and you have happiness, that miracles can happen. See you, God willing. Have a happy holiday. Chag Sameach. And I will, God willing, try to give a class on Wednesday morning for those in Israel. And those outside of Israel, you can see the class after Wednesday. And for sure, there will be a class on Thursday and Friday mornings.
Chag Sameach, thank you.
Chag Sameach with Mashiach now.